Coach, just what's the message been? You guys obviously get the result you want 2 nights ago, but it's not the process you want. Top team in the league coming in here. What's been the message?
Yeah, we're talking about ourselves really until this morning when we go over Edmonton, but it's just about our expectations on our play and from individuals, from groups, lines, PP, PK, and then 5-on-5. Like it has to be. We have to keep striving to be better than that, And I will say, looking at the video, like I did not like that game at all, and but in a lot of ways it's a one-off, right? Like it's not like we played that way for a length of time. Yeah, it's coming off a couple of losses on the road, where I felt like we could have been better, but that was a whole different ball game of bad. So I think they saw it, they understand it, and we're moving on. Guys are in good spirits today. We had some productive meetings again this morning, and getting ready to go for tonight.
Coach, is Sam Girardin?
He is. Yep.
Mikko Rantanen and Leon Draisaitl both top in goals. What is it about a guy like Draisaitl that makes him such a valuable tool for the Oilers?
Yeah, a lot of the same characteristics or attributes that Mikko has. Big guy, strong, good skater, great passer, has the ability to play with guys draped all over him and still make nice plays, whether it's shooting or passing. So a lot to handle. Obviously both highly intelligent hockey players, and you add the mix of their size, speed, skill, passing ability, shooting ability into that, and it's tough to check.
No, it wasn't. You said it was the least of your worries 2 nights ago, but the power play is 6 for its last 50 or 51.
Yeah.
Is there just any sort of theme there that you would like to see different besides?
Yeah, same theme as last week and the week before. I'm not going to keep answering the same question all the time. No offense, but yeah, it's the same stuff. But, team, you go through that. You have there's ups and downs to every season with individuals, like say Casey's going through or Sam's going through right now. You got to work your way out of it, And I don't see it as big a negative as everyone makes it out to be. The power play's killing us, but really it's not. We're 9-2-1 in our last 12, and it's not killing us. It's an issue that we're trying to make as good as we can possibly make every night, but we're finding other ways to win. You know what I mean? So I can count on one hand the games that we could have won if we had scored a power play goal, and that happens. There's other games that we're playing real well and the penalty kill gives up a couple and we lose because of that, or we score a bunch of goals but don't defend the right way and we lose because of that, or we defend really well and can't score and we lose because of that. So it's always ever changing. You fix one thing, something else pops up. The power plays lasted a little bit too long, but it's the same answer I had 2 weeks ago. They have to figure it out and work it out, but there has to be a little bit more pace and attack mentality with it. And we've had some execution issues, and I don't know if they're gripping it tight now, but they're, sometimes we're not seeing it either. We got open guys on the ice and we're not using them.
When you look at Blackwood, what attributes kind of allowed him to stabilize things back there for you guys?
Well, his skill set, his ability to read the play for me. He's a big guy, skilled guy, and he was reading the play early. He gets into the right spots before the shots come, and so he's just playing really well. He's one of the top, in my opinion, one of the top goalies in the league. I think his numbers show that recently, and he's given us a chance to win every night.
Has he been better than advertised?
I don't know. I think this is what you're hoping for when you go make a trade and give up good assets to acquire a guy. This is what you're kind of hoping for. If we didn't think he could do this, we probably wouldn't have done the deal.
Is it Blackwood tonight?
It is.
When you've got players who are struggling a little bit, how do you balance rewarding the players who are doing the right things like a Logan O'Connor and still finding opportunities to get the best out of your players who are in a little bit of a rut?
How do I do that?
Yeah, how do you manage that balance?
Yeah, gut feel. I don't know. I can't it's you want to, when guys are doing the right things, or at least with the right amount of effort and competitiveness, I'm usually a really patient guy. That's, and because I know it's not easy. I know how hard the job is, and I think expectations You always want, you feel like a guy should be at his best 100% of the time for 82 games, 8 months long, and then do it again in the playoffs and just keep doing what they're doing. It's not realistic. Guys are going to have dips in their game, but I think there's you got to continue to set a high bar. You got to have high expectations. You got to push players to get there, but you also got to be patient and understanding it's just not reality. So I just go on what I see, and I'm honest with our guys. Sometimes I tell them, listen, they'll come in and ask about their ice time or why they're not playing here or there, and I said, well, because this guy's doing a better job at that job right now than you are, and it's nothing maybe that you're doing or not doing, but someone else is elevated, and and then sometimes it goes the other way for them. So it's just honesty. It's just. There'll be discussions about it, but just trying to treat the players as I would want to be treated as a player, So you got to make sure you open the lines of communication, and then it's fair is fair. You get, they know coming in here, all of our guys, and they understand it, that you get what you earn. It has to be that way, otherwise you're not going where you want to go at the right time of year.
Your last one's out.
You don't do it often, but we saw Mikko at center a little bit last game, and
Yeah.
he seemed to play pretty well there. Is there
Yeah.
anything that's kind of stopped you from giving that a longer look over the years?
Well, he's playing there tonight, so yeah. There's multiple things though. I guess the major, if I'm being honest, the major thing that keeps me from putting him there is the fact that he puts up 100+ points a year with McKinnon. So it's pretty good tandem, and he's a winger. I think I know he plays both positions, has played center. We got Kadri, so Kadri's in the 2-hole. That's worked pretty well. So, I'm not going to move Mikko to the 3-hole. So there's all, it just depends on the year, the time, the personnel, the injuries, how guys are playing. If Casey was tearing it up in the 2 spot right now, then I wouldn't put Mikko there either. He'd play with Casey or with Mac, and you lose guys like Val, everything's changing. So I want to see more production and depth throughout of our lineup from, some scoring on our second line, moving some things around. It's halfway through the year. It's a good time to try something, see how it works, see how long it works. So I'm open to changing, and I'm open to be flexible even through tonight's game.
Coach, we've seen Gabe out here with you guys at several morning skates
Yeah.
in a row. From your perspective, are we getting any closer to maybe seeing him trying to participate in practices and things like that?
I sure hope so. Yeah. I don't have lengthy conversations on Gabe on a daily or even weekly basis, because it's been a long time. But he's in good spirits. I think he's making progress. That's all I can say.